Because
I want to get into population reduction.
Well, that's what I want to talk to you about. The secret plan for the extermination of about 80, maybe more %.
Yes, sir.
So, 80%, 90% of the population of the world is for the chop. How's it going to happen?
Okay, well, let's go back to what you said earlier. Clearly, humans do damage their environment in some cases. Sometimes we improve upon it. But it is true that 6.5 billion people that we have on the earth currently is quite a number.
And sometimes it's the people that you don't want to... Don't get me going on this, otherwise I'll start to sound like a fascist. But quite often, it's the people who shouldn't be having 6 or 7 kids who seem to have an enormous amount of kids, never seem to go and do any work. Kids don't ever go and seem to do any work, and they're the ones who seem to be populating the world more than anyone else.
But see, that's the eugenics argument. And so, since the dumb and the poor and the lazy, since they're breeding out the smart people, we then have a mandate, even though it's a hard job, somebody's got to do it. We've got to cull the mass of lazy retards, to put it in the nomenclature of the establishment, for the betterment of the species. So let me just play devil's advocate here.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not liking the way this is going, but all right.
Well, I mean, my film is against what's happening.
Okay.
But and I don't think we should kill mentally damaged, disturbed, or retarded people. But that's the view. Remember, Hitler did that. The first people Hitler killed was through the government-controlled socialist healthcare system. Was the infirm, was the brain damaged, those that had head injuries. But let's just go back here. So we have 6.5 billion, or you want to be technical, 6,350,000,000 people on the face of the earth. By 2020, we're on line to have about 8 billion. And then it's supposed to peak around 9 billion at around 2030. That's the UN numbers. Okay. So it sounds reasonable to say we need some type of Planned Parenthood, some type of restriction, some type of control, because there are too many people. But then you look at the individuals that are pushing this whole agenda, and then it goes back into history with the eugenics movement and the rest of it. So I'm not saying that they don't have some arguments. The point is that the robber barons, the bankers, the royalty, the elites, and my film Endgame shows their own documents, their own film clips, their own admissions, what foundations funded it, how it started in Germany and England, spread to the U.S., millions of sterilizations all over the West, killing newborn babies. Hitler picked it up. The Rockefellers and Rothschilds funded it in Germany. That's right, the Rothschilds of all people. The Kaiser Wilhelm zoological research, and then it went into humans. All of this saying that the dumb people are breeding. We have a responsibility through social Darwinism to basically kill them.
Let me stop you there. But it is a fact, is it not, that quite a lot of people who have very little in their lives have no real expectations and no real wishes for their futures. They have loads and loads of children. It happens in America. It happens all over the place. And quite often, this isn't doing the planet or society any good at all, is it? So how do we... I understand what you're saying. And so they're using this as a way of making it sound almost legitimate to start bumping people off. And we can't do that at all. That can never be allowed. You can't start culling people. But
well, they already are, James. Yeah. James, I really want to walk people through this. This is absolutely key.
All right, okay. In that case, we need more time. We're going to take a short break. We're going to come back. We've got to go over to Napier for... Alex Jones is my guest. Welcome back, Alex.
James, thanks for having me.
£10,000. 80 to 90% of the population are going to be exterminated.
Okay.
How are they going to do it? What are they going to do? Gun to the head? No.
Well, first off, Endgame Blueprint for Global Enslavement walks through all of this, and if you go to whatistheendgame.com or link through at Infowars.com or prisonplanet.com, we have a bibliography for free online where every second of the film, every claim we make, we have links to the official government documents, the video clips. All of it is right there for people to prove this to themselves. So, everybody, most people out there listening.
Perhaps we should just say, Alex, if you're easily upset or if you're suffering from psychological trauma at the moment, don't bother.
Well, this is what really governs the world. But going back to the average person cares about their environment. The average person doesn't like slovenly, lazy welfare people having 14 children. Now, the globalists, the robber barons, 100 years ago, really didn't like this. The owner of IBM, Margaret Sanger, people like David Rockefeller's grandfather, they didn't like this. And that's why they funded Hitler and others. Then they got embarrassed by Hitler. Just a few months ago, the head of the Cold Springs Harbor, which had formerly been the eugenics records officer in the U.S., Dr. Watson came out and said basically black people were stupid. He had to resign as the head of the Human Genome Project. He had been there back in the 40s as the head of the genome then, a well-known eugenicist. So the point here is they want a world government so they can carry this out. And they say at first they want a world one-child policy. Then they say that they want to forcibly sterilize people. They also talk about putting chemicals in water supplies and putting chemicals in foods. And they've been caught, the United Nations has been caught, adding sterilization pathogens and sterilization compounds to other vaccines they've been caught giving in Asia.
They
Africa.
can't be doing that in this country, Alex, because we got one of the highest teenage pregnancy rates in the world.
No, I was talking about the third world.
Oh, okay.
Is where they have been caught doing this, and we walk through how they're doing it, why they believe in it. And this is the perfect excuse for an elite that is already starting wars, killing people, engineering different crises so they can offer the solution. They believe they're guardians of the planet, and it's a beautiful and wonderful thing they're doing. Now, on the surface, they have positive and negative eugenics. Positive eugenics is when you breed smart, good-looking people for greater intelligence, longer longevity, better health, better looks, all of that.
Very similar to you and me. Yeah, similar to you and me.
Well, and then we've got negative eugenics, and negative eugenics is sterilizing or outright killing unhealthy babies. This goes back to Plato. This goes back to the Spartans. If a baby had any problem when it was born. This goes back to the Nordics, putting their babies out for a few hours in the snow at birth to see if they die, to test them. I mean, this is thousands of years old. Only the strong survive. And so this is the idea that they have. Now, that's what they publicly say, and that, of course, leads to Nazi horrors. That, of course, leads to just terrible things and is a perfect blank check excuse for those that control the New World Order to do all the things they're doing with the psychological excuse of we're doing this for the betterment of humanity and the earth. Now, real eugenics, when you get above the PhD level writings of the top eugenicists, who are the captains of all major science today, the captains of science for the last 150 years.